Hey, George.
Hello and welcome back to the exciting conclusion of our Hellview trilogy, the introductory episodes into this group of ragtag rabble-rousers Ravenloft campaign.
Rabble.
When last we left, Morgan, you made a threat toward Bitter. You said we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
I was about to challenge him to a dance-off.
To which Bitter responded, then we'll do it the hard way. I'm so glad you asked. No matter which way this ends, you will all suffer greatly.
Is that you talking or Bitter?
That was Bitter.
Okay, I was like, oh great. I
Yes.
No, that was Bitter. That was of course Bitter.
And I was like, is this because we're missing a person? All right.
But now I need you all to roll initiative.
Initiative. Sweet.
No, right? That's not too bad. I didn't roll a 5 this time.
I was like, not too high, not too low. Well, maybe it is too low.
Hey, Leaf. Thanks for joining. I got my thing working, by the way, George.
Okay.
Oh, awesome. That's good to hear.
Oh, good. Morgan's going to multitask and pretend to be somebody else while I'm chat.
Multiple personality disorder.
Right, let's see. Corbin, you got an 8. Morgan, you got a 14. And Mora also got an 8.
It's great to be 8.
All right. Bitter's coat whips out behind him as if acting on its own, and flashes forward in front of him as if it was a giant sentient fan, blasting you all backwards away from the front of the inn with a massive gust of wind. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, we're writing in chat.
Oh, we can
No,
I
we
was
just say it.
Yeah, 21, 15, and 16. You all are able to land on your feet. Although blown back, you're able to keep standing, ready for this onslaught of wind that has seemingly come out of nowhere. Without a single moment's hesitation, your flighty friend, the one with wings, he launches up into the air. Out from the inn door, you see Bitter following, raised off the ground, his coat outstretched around him. Strips of cloth being torn away from his coat as if they were long, lengthy fingers, and they reach upward toward Adrian, and they grasp him, and they both plummet to the ground. Morgan,
Yes.
what you doing there, bud?
How far away is he from me?
Oh, I'll tell you. I will tell you. Let's go ahead and make some adjustments here.
And is he still airborne? Oh,
So,
We got an army there.
yeah.
that's all our side, right?
Nope.
I did try to steal a bunch of them from the board, and he got mad. So
Yeah, I got mad. So this tall drink of water that you can see closest to the camera, that's Bitter. Oh no, the lamp. That's Bitter. We've got Mora and Morgan and Vampire Diaries. right there. Everybody else is a villager that is beginning to crowd in around you. Adrian is going to be within Bitter's grasp. I just didn't want to put another mini down there because it was too big.
All right. Is he still airborne?
No, they plummet to the ground and they hit.
All right. So I'm going to do a thing. You see Morgan just clutch his blade and he just starts muttering to himself as he clutches it, or he clutches his great sword even harder. He just starts muttering, "Gunmafwed, Gunmafwed, Gunmafwed." And you see blood just dripping from his knuckles.
Gross.
Yes, I know, exactly.
Yay!
Exactly. And his eyes turn red as he charges at Bitter with his greatsword. I'm going to take 2 necrotic damage.
Wow, okay.
As I put my special Blood Hunter mark on him. But also, I get the roll at advantage with my attack.
Fantastic.
And I'm also letting you know, seeing my character's a greatsword expert, I'm going to kind of call my shot here. So my roll is going to be -5. But if I hit, it's plus 10 damage.
Yes, I'm all about that. Why don't you go ahead?
Let's see. So will a 15 hit?
Could you imagine if at level 1 I was like, nope, a 15 misses?
I'd be sad.
That would be pretty rough. Yes, a 15 absolutely hits.
Cool. All right. So I am going to roll for damage here. So it's going to be 1d4 plus my 2d6s plus 10. Two. That is going to be a total of 20 damage.
20 damage. It is. Anything else?
That is my action, my bonus action, and everything all in one. So no, sir.
Wow. There's no following that up. But if there were, Corvin would do it. Corvin?
Corvin looks around. What the villagers that are surrounding us, do they look hostile, enamored? What is their like inclination towards us? Are they just trying to block us in?
I so badly want you to roll perception right now because that would be really fun. But I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to tell you, yes, they do seem hostile. You see them holding the knives from their mailboxes, the hooks from their mailboxes, the chains from their mailboxes, and some raise rocks as if getting ready to throw them. You know, the ones that were found near their mailboxes.
That was a heavy bag of rocks. They're not going to throw it far.
Want to find out?
I'm gonna in my turn.
Might.
All right. Corvin's going to go ahead and try to rush around. And how far is he? Like, and I know he kind of jumped up. Is he kind of still like in the door frame of the inn, or am I able to get behind him?
You would be able to get behind him, yeah.
Okay. I guess it's not really super relevant because, but I just need to know where he can move. I'm actually going near the front rather than the back. So basically, I'm going to go. Yep, one further down. There we go. Yep, and then I'm going to go ahead and try to do a little flourish with my rapier while stabbing him, and I need him to make a Wisdom saving throw.
I guess that would help a little bit there. He needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Yes, DC
8.
12. All right, so he takes total of 10 damage, and he's also frightened of me as I approach. If he can be frightened, I don't know. As I approach, I say, I hope you made the right choice. And I just kind of whisper in his ear as I do that.
All right.
It's me.
Mora.
Can you please point out which one was me again, just to be sure I'm not thinking of somebody else so I can count my distance? Perfect. Okay.
You're the rogue-looking one with the rogue-looking sword.
Okay.
How roguish.
Well, I'm thinking I was going to try and be stealthy, but we're pretty obviously there.
No one can see you.
So I am going to take. Dang it! This goes against what I wanted to do. I'm going to take a step closer, so that way I'm within 5 feet of a friend, and
Well
I
done.
could still shoot my bow and arrow over there, right?
You can. It would be at disadvantage. Who are you? Are you aiming at at an enemy, or are you like a villager, or are you aiming at Bitter?
At a villager.
Oh, then yeah, you can do that.
Okay. I am going to shoot an arrow at a villager that's more towards like the left side, like the front left, or my left, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, guys, I have a really good plan. I don't think a 6 is gonna hit. So let's find out.
You'd be surprised. Yeah, give me some damage.
Oh, okay. Surprises. So that's gonna be 5 damage.
Cool.
And that was my movement, right? I'm not allowed to move again.
No, you can move. You have a pool of movement. So you have 30 feet of movement. You just
so that's
moved 5.
10,
So you've got 25 movement left.
I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20 feet to the right. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep, here we are.
Cool. As you move, Bitter is going to lash out at you. Oh, he's going to miss.
Are you sure? Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm quite sure. As you begin to leave his vicinity, there are strips of cloth streaking through the air towards you. They whip out, and you can hear the air crack around your head as they come up just short.
Cool beans.
Anything else you want to do?
I think that's going to have to conclude my turn.
Okay. Villagers begin throwing rocks in your direction, Robert. Does a 15 hit?
It does not.
They come up just a little short as you look around, and you can see them feebly trying to throw rocks at you from a distance. More villagers begin to squeeze in around you. I can't move them one at a time because, let's face it, that's unrealistic. Mora.
Yes.
Does a 13 hit you?
It does not.
As knives begin to fall around your head, seeking purchase within your flesh. Vampire Diaries. Corvin. I'm assuming a 6 misses.
It does
As
just a little bit.
more villagers feebly swing hooks in your directions. Chains fall from nowhere as a 16 hits you?
Barely misses still. It's 18 CC.
Oh.
Whoa, you're beefy.
It's like they haven't been training for this at all. And that's going to bring it back to Bitter. You see Bitter stand up, and at his feet lies the ripped, torn, and defiled corpse of Adrian. He still looks like a bird, but not the kind of bird that will be flying any longer. Blood drips down Bitter's front, and he pulls a pair of daggers out from his belt. He crouches low and begins twirling. Does a 19 hit you, Robert?
It does.
If he sees me, he has disadvantage.
He has disadvantage.
It's a frighten.
Because vampires are scary.
Gosh darn.
Not this vampire. But for now,
It's
he
a
is.
4. He doesn't hit you. Part of frighten is he has to move away, right?
No, he does not have to move away.
No? Great.
He just can't move
That's-
closer to me.
Well, he
Which he's
can't
already
get
next to
any
me.
closer.
Yeah.
That's the best for me. However, with his second dagger, he is going to find purchase in your thigh, Corvin.
Ouchie.
Sorry to do this to you. You're going to take 4 damage as the rusted dull blade in his left hand.
Can
What in the
vampires
world?
get tetanus?
We'll find out.
Next time on.
What in the world was that? Did you guys hear that?
No.
What? No.
A mattress firm ad started playing somewhere.
Oh, no, I
It
couldn't
really
hear.
must be Hellscape. Okay.
All right. Well, thank goodness, because I'm glad nobody heard that. They're not sponsoring this video. What was the last thing you guys heard me say? Because I got super distracted.
You stabbed me, and I might got tetanus.
Yeah. The rusted dull blade in his left hand finds purchase in the meat of your thigh. Take that.
Ouchie.
Morgan.
Going to attack again, not nearly as epic as my last attack. That's my one shot, my one punch Kamehameha combo. But this one, however, does a 16 hit.
It sure does.
All right. That's going to be 12 damage.
Yep.
And that's going to be my turn.
All right.
I did all my cool stuff on my first turn. I'm only level 1.
Hey, man, those Nova rounds, you did a whole 20, so good job. Corvin.
All right. As I did whisper to him, my face is still pretty close to Bitter, so I'm going to go ahead and try to bite at him. And does an 8 hit.
An 8 does not hit.
All right. I go to try to bite at his ear, and he kind of flinches away.
Oh my.
That is Corvin.
All right. And Mora.
I am going to try to. I'm going to shapeshift into the old lady that we shoved under the bed.
Okay.
And try to blend in with the villagers, super sneaky style.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to just blend in. I might take another step back and kind of like hope that the villagers are so distracted by what's going on with them that they don't notice that I've changed into the old lady who's one of them.
Okay. You morph into the old lady that you guys shoved beneath the bed, and you step closer to the foes that were just attacking you. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
They were attacking, not me specifically. Let's not make me seem super silly, just a little silly.
No. They were attacking you. They tried to stab at you with knives. And
Oh,
they all
I thought
missed.
that was just when you said it rains down. I thought they like chucked a bunch of knives at us.
Oh, no. They're look at where they are. They're right next to you, but they're stabbing downward.
Maybe they're dumb. We'll see if this pays off.
Yeah, maybe. You step closer to them. Is that all you wanted to do?
That's all I'm allowed to do because that's my entire action.
All right. Fantastic. Does a 14 hit you, Mora?
If it meets, it hits, right?
Yeah, it sure does.
Yep, then it does.
Yeah, you immediately find yourself filled with knives, dull and rusted and splintering. You take 2 damage.
Okay.
Rocks begin flying through the air toward Morgan. Does a 17 hit?
It does.
You take 1 damage as rocks begin to collide with your skull and arms and other body parts.
That's it. I'm done. No, I'm just kidding. I'm fine.
I was about to say, like, wow, talk about glass cannon.
I have surpassed the bonk with glass cannonness.
Does a 15 hit you?
It does not.
As chains begin swinging in the air, you see a couple villagers duck out of the way as they don't seem to be too aware of each other. And Corvin, does a 16 hit you?
It does not.
And you are able to dodge some rusted, blunted hooks as more inexperienced villagers try to crowd in around you. Bitter raises his hand, and you know that that incantation that you had, Morgan, where you made yourself bleed and you gave yourself some power.
Yeah.
As Bitter raises his hand, his fingers contorted into a greedy claw-like shape. You can hear him rasping out a single syllable. You're not sure what to make of it. But all of the villagers begin to glow red, and you can see what looks like a life force being sucked from them, moving through the air toward Bitter's hand, and all the villagers fall dead.
Well, hey, that solves a problem for me.
Except you.
I look over like, oi, didn't we kill that old lady?
And then I play possum.
Now, please allow me just a moment to remove all of these minis that didn't last.
Intermission.
Oh, by the way, he was only frightened for 1 turn, so he's not frightened anymore.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, you now stand among the corpses of 96 dead beings.
And I'm just like, look what I did.
Sure.
99 problems and villagers ain't one.
No.
Wait, did we? It's a big group, so it was just a glance. Did we see the mayor in the group? Oh, the mayor was already dead. Never mind.
Yeah, we killed him.
Yeah, Adrian saw to that.
It was pretty savage, actually. You
Yeah,
said
Bitter's
my
not
name.
Bitter's not much of a fan of that. Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh,
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna get really irritated because my knowledge of monsters and stuff like that. You don't need to be a genius to see what he just did there. So I'm gonna attack him again.
I like how you said it. It's like, that's your turn. I get irritated.
I get really irritated. I can't rage because I'm not a barbarian.
Yeah, he's not raging. Yeah.
It's like a minor Bruce Banner.
Hey, man, no fair.
Does a 12 hit?
12 does not hit.
Oh, and my irritation gets in the way.
Ah, nuts.
Nuts indeed. That's my turn.
Corvin.
All right. Now that he seems to be beaming with energy, I go to bite him once again. This time, I stumble and get a 7. As I try to go to bite him. He's very nimble with all that extra power.
Yeah. As you stumble forward for another bite, a strip of his coat lashes out and it fills your mouth full of cloth. And so, like, you can't bite him if you're biting down on coat.
Yeah. I just spit it out and then like shake myself up, ready myself with a second wind. That'll be me.
All right, Mora.
I'm going to try my short bow again, but this time at bitter
Okay.
because it's not at disadvantage now.
It's not at disadvantage.
And it's going to be a 16.
Okay. Yep, that'll hit.
Cool. And then that is 3 damage. And then I'm going to move up closer. 5, 10, 15, 20.
You do get sneak attack damage as well.
Because they're within range, not because I'm within range?
Well,
Correct.
your sneak attack damage is because your friends are within 5 feet of your enemy.
Oh, the enemy target. That's right. We just read this, you guys. All right, cool. So then it's going to be a total of 7 damage instead.
7 damage instead.
Cool. And then I'm going to come up closer.
How close?
5, 10, 15, 20. Is that bitter right there?
Yeah.
I don't want to shake his hand. Like, just scoot back another 5 feet.
You never stopped me. How
I know, I'm
close?
sorry. I thought that wasn't bitter. Wait, sorry. Upsies or downsies. Up by and then over. No, sorry. Whoever the buff. Yeah, that guy right next to my friend there. He's my friend. Who's that?
That's Morgan.
What up, Morgan?
Hey,
There's
not a
2
nobody
guys
anymore.
there. The one that looks like it might be a vampire is the vampire. The bad guy is the one that looks like a bad guy. Anything else?
No, that's it. Because I'm
All
not
right.
going to waste a turn and change you back. So you guys are fighting next to an old lady. That's fine.
Who's this? I thought you all died. I thought I killed you.
Well, she's shooting the enemy, so do not worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just focus.
Bitter begins lashing out again at knives. Corvin, he's going to miss you as he takes another stab at you, but at your other leg. And Mora, does a 14 hit you?
It sure does.
You're going to take 2 damage as his rusty knife cuts into your shoulder.
In a real roguish fashion, that's really intimidating and scary to everybody else. I fall over. I'm out skis.
You're down?
I'm down. Oh wait, nope. I'm up. I have 1 point. We're good.
Oh, okay, great. Morgan,
Yes. My
let's
turn.
do something.
All
Yeah.
right, let's do something. I get so mad for whatever reason. I'm like, hey, stop stabbing that old lady. I already stabbed her. And I'm going to go and try attacking him with my greatsword because it's great. Dirty 20.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
Should have called it. That's going to be 11 damage.
All right.
As I bring my greatsword down on him again. And I'm like, why won't you die? And I'm done.
Okay. Corvin.
All right. Corvin's going to open his mouth as if he's going to bite, and then he's going to slash his rapier. A 23,
Yup.
dealing 9 piercing.
Man, you really psyched him out there. That was awesome.
I'm glad it actually rolled well for that.
It would have looked really silly otherwise.
And that's me.
All right, Mora.
I'm gonna take out my rapier and stab him.
Okay.
Yeah. 14.
A 14 does not hit.
No, drat.
As he twirls away and his cloak twirls around him, throwing off your aim. He comes back up, Morgan. He looks you in your eye and he says, "I'll not die. I have the life force of thousands coursing within me." And his coat flaps outward, and with a single push against the ground, he flies up into the air. Everybody gets an opportunity attack.
Yay!
Cool.
19, doing 10 piercing.
Yay! Oh, boo.
That'd be a 15 to hit, doing 9 slashing.
Okay.
Does a 16 hit?
Sure does.
Yay, that's 8 piercing.
And that was with sneak.
No, dang it. Now I understand Megan's problem. 11.
All right. As he's up there, he raises his hand, and just before he begins to fall back to earth, you see him kind of throw empty air at you. But instead of empty air, you all see what look like strips of his coat coming away and flying towards you. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, I'm getting wrapped up. 6.
15.
16.
Oh, wait. Saving throw? 17.
17, 16, and 6. Okay. Here's the good news. You two take half damage, Mora and Morgan. The bad news is, Mora, that's still 3 damage.
Bye, everybody. Have a great day. It was fun playing.
Morgan, you take the 3, and Corvin, you take a full 6 damage as inexplicably sharp shards of stripped away leather begin to cut through each and every one of your flesh.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you guys. We play D&D to escape, but the idea of laundry ruining your day does not, it's not escapism for me. Like, this is just another normal day.
And that's going to bring it back to Morgan as Bitter finishes his fall back to Earth and lands in the exact same spot he left.
I kind of like nod my head like that was pretty cool. As much as that was irritating.
Can you imagine like being in a really serious death match with somebody and then just being like, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
I mean, can't argue with it. It's pretty cool.
it was pretty cool.
That was pretty dope, I gotta say.
Yeah, you know what?
You got me there, Batman. That was pretty cool.
Will a 18 hit?
An 18 will hit.
All right. That's going to be 13 damage.
All right.
That's it. That's all I got right now.
All right. Corvin.
All right. Hoping that he thinks that my bite's a feint again. 13. I think that's still a miss, isn't it?
It is still a miss. He's caught on to you as you feint for another bite before trying again with your rapier.
No. I was trying to bite. I wasn't trying to feint.
Oh.
I was thinking, like, maybe he was thinking I was going to feint my bite, but I missed my bite, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. No, you're unable to bite him. He's not into that.
Apparently not. I just can't take no for an answer, I guess.
No, yeah, he's just like, no way, man. No, I'm not into that whole biting thing.
I yell over Corvin. He doesn't consent.
Well, he's trying to kill us, so consent's kind of off the table right now.
Mora, death saving throw, please.
Yes. It's just a straight 20, or do I add something to it?
Straight up 20.
Straight up 20. 19.
Ooh, that's a pass. You get a pass.
I passed.
2 more
I like
passes, and you get to live.
Go team.
Cool. Bitter's turn. Oh, he's gonna definitely not hit you on that one, Morgan. What a lucky guy. And he's gonna... Wow, that's not good. I'm gonna switch dice here.
No,
He does
it's good.
not...
Let's just stick with that one.
He doesn't hit either of you as he begins twirling and lashing out with his rusted blades. Morgan,
All right, I'm going in again with the old standby. And that's not going to hit because I rolled a 7. So, yeah, that's my turn.
you're right. It won't hit. How about you, Corvin?
All right. I'm going for the juicy arm. Oh, a critical hit.
Ooh.
It wasn't huge damage, 5, but I'm also able to heal for that 5, so I'm going to take it.
Yay!
All right.
That's me.
Mora, give me another death saving throw.
Guys, wave at the dice so it's good luck. Yay! 13.
13 is a pass. You get another pass.
Woo! Teamwork.
Teamwork. Bitter doesn't stop twirling with his daggers. A 6 is definitely going to miss Morgan. And a 7 is definitely going to miss Corvin.
Could you imagine if he's like, I'm tired of missing. I'm just going to stab Mora while she's down.
Yeah, I was literally just thinking I do feel like a fool because, like, that would have been the obvious one, right? Like, because then you're just dead and I win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Morgan.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move a little bit of footwork around him, so position myself on the exact opposite side of Corbin.
I was also just thinking, like, man, why has nobody tried?
Been flanking. Yeah, I know.
I just thought that. So, yeah, I'm going to call my shot again for another greatsword excellence. And I'm going to roll with advantage, and let's see what I got. All right. Does a 12 hit?
A 12 does not hit.
Blasted! Yeah, no, that's my turn.
You try to cleave through the air, but he's able to dash away just in time. He ducks underneath. Blade still spinning in his hand. Corvin.
All right, trying to catch him as he's ducking away from Morgan's blade. 23 for 4 piercing.
3 for 4 piercing. Yep, he's pierced.
All right, that's me.
Mora.
Yo,
Death saving throw.
wave at it, guys. It worked last time.
I'm waving, but I'm off camera.
I don't believe you because I got a 5.
No!
That's because I was casting a spell on it. That's 1 in the fail column.
Okay.
We already had 1 player die this session. We can't have 2.
Wait, who died? Sorry, bad joke.
Russell died.
I know.
Does a 15 hit you, Morgan?
It does not.
I hate you. Does a 9 hit you, Corvin?
Nope, it does not.
You can see the fatigue, the exhaustion beginning to show in Bitter's movements. He looks like he's moving just a little slower. He's swinging just a little lighter. And also, he looks more pale than normal, which is alarming for as pale of a person as he originally was. Morgan!
I'm going to do the same thing I did last time, and I'm going to hope for the best and call my shot again. And does a 14 hit?
14 does not hit. Though he may be fatigued, he can certainly outmaneuver the heftiness of your greatsword.
Stop twirling!
Corvin!
Stand still!
All right. As he's twirling, I'm hoping he's distracted. I'm going to go and move next to, Morgan or what's your character's name? Mora. Next to Mora, and try to do a medicine check. A 15. I stabilize her.
Mora is stabilized.
Physically.
Yeah.
Still unconscious, but you're no
Let's see.
longer in danger of dying.
Yay!
You just start doing CPR on her? Or what?
Basically, yeah.
I open my eyes very briefly. I'm like, Edward? And then I fall back asleep.
Bitter sees what you're doing, and he begins lashing out at you wildly. Does a 15 hit?
It does not.
He's going to lash out at you again. Does an 18 hit?
It does.
I should have gone for Morgan on that one. You take 4 damage. Rusty, dull, splintering, ouchy damage as he stabs you. Morgan.
I'm going to flank behind him, do some fancy footwork again, and I'm going to call my shot again. Come on. Let's do this.
This can only go better than the last 2 times.
19.
A 19 hits.
Okay. Thank you. Finally. So we're going to add 10 to that attack. So that's going to be...
You mean pull a Megan?
So that's going to be a total of 21 damage.
21 damage as you dance deftly behind him. You bring your great sword down and you cleave him nearly in 2. Your great sword cutting through his shoulder where it meets the neck and into his torso, splitting him open. You hear him grunt and he falls to his knees and he begins breathing raspidly. Corvin, since you're in front of him, you see blood leaking from out of his mouth around his teeth, and he gives you a wide grin. You'll have to start all over. They're all gone. And as soon as I've breathed my last breath, if you haven't made it past the storm within the hour, you'll all be stuck here, just like I was. You'll be me. You better get going. And blood begins to pool at the ground all around him. He's bleeding out. Far more blood than a normal person should have within their body is now leaking out of his.
Mora whispers in her sleep, gross.
I'd like to make a check on him using my Blood Hunter abilities and see whatever you say it is. I want to see what type of creature he is using my lore of monsters, creatures, and whatnot.
Hey, man.
I want to see if I can figure him out.
That's not cool.
I'm playing an intelligence-based character. I mean...
Woohoo!
All right, well, give me a sec. Give me a moment. Hold on. Hold on, because 5e Tools is working real slow.
I don't have to. I mean, like...
Your total legitimate book that you have in front of you mean, of course.
Yeah. You believe that he would be a fiend.
A fiend? All right. Okay. Cool deal.
What is this based off of? Are you able to tell just by his blood?
No, I would just investigate, like, based off of what I saw, how he fought, and just, like, his body, like, basic anatomy. I don't know, I expected you to give me a roll. Like, the way Blood Hunters
no, hold
work-
on. Sorry, this is better. You can tell by looking at him, he's a humanoid.
Fair enough. I completely erased all that information you gave me a minute ago. He looks like a perfectly normal humanoid. I think we should get out of here.
I won't really argue with that. What are we doing with her? She seems. Mora, what race are you?
That's rude. A changeling?
A changeling, yeah. Are you a small changeling or a medium changeling, or are
I
you an old woman-sized changeling?
No, I think once I lost
Medium.
consciousness, I revert back to what I am. I think.
Oh, okay.
But I am a medium.
Okay. Well, we can't really just leave her here. Do you think you can get one side, I'll get the other? And I just kind of like hop, like put her over my shoulder kind of thing, like with one arm kind of thing.
Fireman carry. All right, yeah.
Yeah. That's not what I didn't mean like that, but sure, we can do it that way.
One person gets her on one arm, the other.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
Until she actually gets consciousness and can walk on her own.
Well, we were warned that we only have an hour.
Oh yeah.
It might be a while.
Does she look very big?
She's a medium-sized creature.
I'm gonna try doing a Samwise and just throw her over the shoulder.
Yeah,
that
give
we
me
can
an
move quicker.
athletics check real quick.
Okay. I actually have strength, so I'm gonna give that a try.
I'm about 5 feet slender build. I went with the basic changeling.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, you heft her over your shoulders.
All right. Let's find that stone.
You do remember the previous day, you believe. No, it was the same day. It was just the previous session. Pff, I'm an idiot. Mora was telling you that that they had been to the storm, and it was northward.
North, yeah. We
It's
head
not
northward.
You head northward. As you leave behind Hellview and all of its vanquished inhabitants, you can see northward into the distance what looks like a roiling purple and bluish storm. Based on the distance through the mist, which is beginning to dissipate, it looks like it might be quite the trek, and that you might want to high step it just a little bit.
Oh, you're.
We start high stepping. I didn't want to chew into the mic.
Oh, fair.
Cool. I'm gonna need athletics or acrobatics checks from both of you, depending on your choice. I'll let you decide.
18 acrobatics.
That would be 21.
Yeah. Corvin, you're built for endurance. You can run that amount. You begin high stepping it in a direction easy for you because you're not carrying a person. Morgan, you're built like a brick outhouse. You're very easily able to carry Mora on your shoulders toward the storm. And as you approach, your ears fill with the sound of thunder. And you can feel crashing waves of air blowing against you, making it harder and harder for you to walk or run the closer you get. But you are able to push through. As you approach the storm, almost as like once you come within about 10 feet, it begins to dissipate a little bit, as if you're entering the eye of a storm. Where it's right in front of you, you can see its violence, you can feel the force of it, but immediately around you is a sense of calm. What would you like to do?
Breathe. And is there anything worth noting about this storm? Anything like, is there light at the end of or is it just that thick? We can't see?
There is light coming from within it.
Within, like, we're in the eye, right? What does within it mean in this case?
So, like, it's as if you're in the eye of a storm, but you're not actually standing there. But now, so like, as you approached, it was the violence of a storm, the strength of a storm, and you felt it, and it was difficult to get there. But now that you're standing just before it, there is a sense of calm. So just before you, you can still see that roiling storm, 7 feet in front of you. but you can't feel it. There is light coming from within it. It's like a deep purple mixed with a vibrant blue as it swirls about.
Oh, okay. So it's this storm before the storm. Okay.
Pretty.
Well, shall we go ahead and jump in? I believe that's how we get out, right?
Let's do it. Alonzi.
You just chuck me into it.
Right.
Test the waters for us.
You step forth beyond the threshold of Hellview. Give me perception checks, both of you.
Oh no, my weak point.
Yep. I rolled pretty good. 16.
7.
Corvin, as you and Morgan, with Mora atop his shoulders, step this threshold, one thought occurs to you as soon as you take that step. There was a second cloaked figure that you haven't seen. And you leave Hellview behind.
Yeah,
The
my
storm
sister thinks guys
envelops
are
you.
unconscious.
The storm envelops you, and you can feel a sense of calm. The mist's completely gone. You're enveloped in a warm white light. And as that white light begins to fill your vision, you can hear a buzzing in the back of your ears. As very slowly you find that you yourselves are no longer able to walk forward. And instead, this light seems to be healing you, closing up your wounds. Morgan, you can feel Mora on your shoulders beginning to stir as if she's awakening. And the light begins to dissipate. The buzzing begins to go away. And you find yourselves standing outside of a rather large mansion. And there's lanterns hung up outside on this walkway leading up to the mansion. All around you, it's still nighttime. It's still pretty dark, but this mansion is very, very well lit. And it seems to be very well kept. The lawn is lush and green. There's bushes. The mansion itself, it has potted plants all around the porch. The pillars look like they have been recently maintained, be it dusted and polished. And this marble mansion of white just kind of looms. Through each and every window, you can see very bright candlelight coming forth, and there's movement from within.
So the first thing is the dark. You mentioned that it's still night. Is this dark like the last place we're at, or is this like a normal nighttime where we can see stars and moon and whatnot?
As you look up, you do see stars. Not just stars, but you see a nearly full moon.
I am ecstatic at see. I've never been so happy to see a full moon. Like I am so ecstatic right now. I am just so happy to be outside of purgatory. And if I haven't already, I'm going to drop Mora out of being so happy.
Mora, you awaken just in time to collide with the ground as Morgan has
Rolled that
dropped.
same throw.
Well, this seems to be a change.
It's pretty nice here. I'm glad we left where we came from. It was a bit of a rush, but definitely a welcome change of scenery.
I've never been so happy to see grass before. And a moon and everything.
Do we see personnel like guards or anything like that around this mansion? I know we saw candlelight, but do we see like anyone patrolling?
No patrols. Just you can see movement from inside, like people passing in front of or nearby light that casts shadow on the windows, or you see a silhouette briefly.
I don't know about you, but I'm famished. You think they got food in there?
Well,
One way to find out.
surely they have food. Now the question is, will they share? I look behind us. Does it seem like where we came from is nowhere to be seen? Do we see a city? What do we see behind us?
You look behind you and you see a bricked path leading off straight into the darkness.
Do we have our memories back as far as how we got into purgatory? That's what I'm just calling it because I don't know where it was. Or Hellview.
You search the deep recesses of your brain, and no, you have no idea what happened to you just before you got to Hellview.
My wife just got back and found the popcorn.
Yay!
I've been discovered.
Was this your dinner? Yeah.
There's more of a pointed question. What did you have for dinner? And I just kind of look at the popcorn.
This bag of popcorn.
Very nutritious.
It says
70
smart on it.
It does. So we have no memory.
No memory of how you got to Hellview.
I'm not
You
gonna
remember
follow
how you
that.
left, and you remember the events that took place therein.
Oh no, the bird guy, he didn't make it. Oh no, my sister!
Well, we were struggling to find her before we left. We had to leave in a rush. I'm sorry for your loss there, Mura.
Maybe she made her way out by Providence. I mean, there's no horde of zombies and weirdos and certainly humanoids standing between her and the storm. Maybe she got lucky.
She's smart, she'll figure it out.
I just shake Morgan's shoulder. Always on the bright side there, fellow. And should we go ask them to see if they can specify where exactly we are? And I point over to the mansion.
Do lead on.
All right.
While we're
I'll lead
walking
on.
a little bit towards the house, I go to Morgan like, so you're a monster hunter?
Indeed.
Is this an issue between the two of you? Or
You see Corvin, wait, are you whispering or are you saying that loud enough?
I'm probably saying it loud enough. I don't have a lot of class.
Oh, okay. You see Corvin kind of just spin around, his arms upright, like, "Hey, so am I."
You're a monster hunter?
I mean, not exactly, but yeah, basically.
Oh, that's so great. I'm not. Maybe I will be now. From now on, I'm a monster hunter, you guys.
Welcome to the
Well-
team. I don't know what team it is, but welcome to it. And why would I have trouble with him? He's a perfectly normal humanoid, just like the perfectly normal humanoid I just cut down.
Oh, I look at Corvin. I'm like,
I just wink. Yes.
all right, that sounds great to me.
I mean,
All right, and I-
I already know that he's a vampire, but I just kind of feign ignorance at this point because
So do we have a strategy?
Corvin's strategy is ask the people that answer the door, "Hey, do you know where we are?"
I never have a strategy.
How do we look? Do we we're not bloody and stuff still, or?
You look like you've been through it. You look like you've seen some stuff. You're not really bloody. You do notice that pretty much all of your wounds have been shored up and healed. Now it just seems like you could do with a good rest.
Do Corbin and Morgan, your physiques, are they a little intimidating, or are they pretty normal?
I mean, so Corvin's physique isn't he's not menacing, but if you look into his eyes, you can tell he's been through some stuff. That's literally a feature I have. What is it called? The Heart of Darkness.
It's
Those
like
who look
eye
into your
contact.
eyes.
That's your feature.
Yeah. Those who look into your eyes can see that you have faced unimaginable horror, and you are no longer a stranger to darkness.
Aw,
That's all of you now that you've been through Hellview.
I was about to say
Yeah.
I have the same feature.
Yeah, that's why I call myself a monster hunter, because I have a monster hunter kit, but I'm like, I'm not really a monster hunter.
You're a monster who's a hunter.
Yeah, exactly.
My physique, yeah, I mean, my character's built like a linebacker.
okay.
So, yeah.
So I look at you and I look at the other person and I'm like, do you guys want me to knock?
You know what? Anybody but me, probably.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Corbin's Mr. like, what's it called? Swoony. That's what I'm going to call you now, McSwoony. McSwoony, you want to go
There we
ahead
go.
and do I mean, you can go for it.
Okay, well, Corvin was says, if after you or me, it's both are fine. I'm sure we can both talk our way into the house, or at least know where we are. And I go, I take like a half step to see if Mora wants to lead, and if she doesn't, I'll go answer the door or head to the door.
Before we go up, I'm going to change into like a blonde humanoid looking type, half elf like person of my stature.
Where'd Mora go?
This is going to be a long game, you guys. I'll walk up with you, Corbin. You ready?
All right, let's go. We go answer the door, or go to the door to be answered, hopefully.
I'll answer it for you. Hello.
Yeah.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's me, go figure. Yeah, you go up and you knock on the door.
Yeah.
You knock on the door, and after a few seconds, you can hear heavy footsteps walking your way, and the door flies open. Standing there before you is a tall, dark-skinned man wearing a green suit and a purple overcoat, and he looks at all three of you. Oh, this is new. Hi, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Alan, we've got company.
Alan.
We've got a Dampier, a changeling, and something that looks like a large gorilla.
Oh, Corvin just
come in.
Corvin just kind of does like a little curtsy as he then walks in behind. Seems they were not expecting us, but willing to have us anyways. And
I'll just go
I
back
just
to my
walk
normal
in.
self.
Yes.
Never mind.
It's not often you see new faces this side of the mists. Welcome, welcome. It looks like you've been through it. Tell me, where'd you all come from? No, don't tell me. The doctor will want to speak with you. You'll tell the doctor. Alan! And from another room, a man wheels in. He's in a large chair that has two large wheels on its side, and he's pushing the wheels along. It's unlike anything you've ever seen. Some kind of wheelchair.
Sorcery.
Science, my dear lad. That's what we're all about here is science. Well, the doctor is mostly about science, and my partner and I, Alan. I'm Arthur. And he shakes all of your hands.
Absolutely. Just
And
hearty handshake.
And this is my partner, Alan. We're less about the science and more about the resolution of problems.
I can always get behind that. That sounds like a good plan.
Yes.
What
Anyway,
problems?
Alan, say hello to our new guests. And Alan, the man in the wheelchair, he gives you just a head nod.
Oh, I like him.
It's nice to meet you.
Well, are you hungry? Are you thirsty?
My favorite sentence I've heard all evening.
Yes, we come from a town that was a bit skeptical of having any of the food there. You understand? The mist,
No,
you say?
I'd love to hear more about it, but don't tell me. Let's wait until the doctor gets here. The doctor will want to hear about it. The doctor's the one who compiles, who maintains, who thinks. He's the sciencey one. I think that's why they call him doctor. I'm not quite sure. I haven't asked him exactly what his field of medicine is. But please sit at the table. Alan, can you go get the doctor? And Alan wheels himself away. Arthur shows you to a large dining room, and he has you all sit in this very lush and luxurious room. The seats all have comfortable padding made of the finest, hardest wood. The table has been polished so much that it looks like you could see your reflection in it. There's flowers and candles that are on the table. It's like being in the freaking White House, I would assume. I've never been there. And Arthur begins bringing out plates of food. He's got bread and butter. He's got cooked pieces of chicken. He's got sides of seasoning. He brings out a bowl of steamed vegetables, and he says, please tuck in. You won't get much time to chew and to swallow as soon as the doctor has you telling tales of your adventure.
Did they bring any drinks at all?
Oh yeah, he brings mugs of ale as well as a couple pitchers of water with some just regular goblets for the water.
I'm gonna sniff it to make sure it seems normal.
Sure, give me a perception check.
Perception. Nope. 4.
Anything you sniff smells about as normal as you've ever known it to smell.
Okay.
I'm not even going to check. I'm just going to start devouring it. Sweet carbohydrates. And I start grabbing the bread and just eating it like a barbarian. It's just whatever's in front of me, just slamming it on my plate.
Yeah. You tuck in. Corvin?
Corvin is after he says like stuff your face because we're going to be talking, he'll just go ahead and like lift up his last veil, chug it down, and then start doing similar to Morgan and just eating not super fast like I'm assuming Morgan is, but just start putting some food in his face.
It takes a lot of food to keep up this physique.
So what kind of doctor is this other guy, the doctor guy?
He's a doctor.
Of what?
Science.
Yes, science. He's very scientifically minded, this doctor.
Does he do like the mixing of the fluids to each other, or does he do like the body checkings? Like, what kind of doctor is this doctor?
You know what? He's done pretty much about as anything we've ever needed him to do. If we get hurt, he's patched us up. He has done some alchemy, is what they call it, I do believe, where they do the mixing of the whatnots. I haven't done that. Not even to make myself a proper drink. I just kind of drink whatever I have around. And then he also experiments a bit with electricity, which is rather new for me. They didn't have electricity where I came from, but it's bloody useful. I do love it quite a bit when it works properly.
That sounds so exciting. We're not going to wake up strapped to something with electricity running through our veins as he's done some weird experiments, are we?
I certainly hope not. That means something's gone terribly wrong.
I don't know how to take that.
I promise you, this side of the mists, you're as safe as you can possibly be. Nothing bad has wandered out of those mists as long as I've been here, and I have no idea how long I've been here. We have seen mistwalkers come and go, I'm sorry to say, but the good ones do last quite a long time.
How did you know what we were when you opened the door?
Oh, it's just something that we're able to tell.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it has something to do with the magic of the mansion. You open the door and you just kind of are able to tell who's a what and what's a who.
Is there any other kind of magic in this mansion?
Other than science, which is a magic all its own, I don't know. And Alan wheels himself back in and takes a spot at the table where there was a chair missing. And he kind of sits there. Arthur greets him jovially and begins passing him a mug of ale, and he fixes him a plate. Arthur very demurely thanks him and begins to eat while watching you all out of the corner of his eye.
So, what can you tell us about the mists? What is it about that place? We just left it. Do you know anything about it? Because we were there for who knows how long, and we have no idea what it is.
Just to clarify, we are in the mists currently, right?
I thought we just left.
No, you're in the mists.
Oh.
You're in about the safest bit of the mists you could possibly be in. Everywhere else in the mists that I've been have been treacherous and perilous and other us words that mean dangerous. It truly is a nightmare out there, and there doesn't seem to be any end of it. But here, this is our own corner of the mists, our own corner what's ours, and we keep it. We keep it safe.
What can you tell us about the mists?
There's no end to the mists, and they're treacherous, and they're perilous, and honestly, you're probably not leaving here anytime soon. We have no idea how to get out. But we've got food and science.
Where does the food come from?
Science.
I kind of whisper a little bit to, is it Morgan or Corbin near me?
Yeah.
So I'm just
Yes.
kind of like, I feel like we found another cult.
Well,
Well,
this one
that's
has good
just a
food.
little bit rude.
I honestly don't care. Because, I'm assuming that I'm eating a giant turkey leg because that's what's going through my brain right now.
Yeah.
Who says colts are bad? And Corbin continues to eat.
If all cults have food like this, I'll join. I'm good. I'm not a hard sell. And I just keep eating and drinking.
An old bespectacled man walks into the room, and over his glasses, he kind of eyes the three of you before taking his seat at the head of the table across from all of you. He sits in between Arthur and Alan, and he says, "Okay, you all look like you've had quite the time. Where'd you all come from?" And he opens a book, and he produces what looks like a pen, and he again peers over his glasses at you as if he's prepared to take notes.
Well, have you heard of Hellview?
I love that. Hellview?
Yes.
No, it's not a domain we're familiar with. What happened in this Hellview?
Well, we can tell you a little bit about it. Originally, population 96. Unfortunately, now, population, I believe, 0.
96.
A lot of pale fellas.
Zero population. You've destroyed the Dark Lord, then?
That's what he was. Yeah.
I mean, we killed a dude that decided to kill a bunch of other dudes. He, so he decided to consume the life force of about 95 of the individuals in this town. So if that describes what you say is the Dark Lord, yes. He fell, and he said we had about an hour to get out of Hellview. We did not stick around to find out if he breathe his last breath.
Mm-hmm. And you can hear the pen scratching against the paper as he continues to write. Okay. And what else can you tell me about this Hellview?
They're doing some sort of harvest where they had a whole lake and there was a bunch of bodies out in the middle of the lake. And I didn't have enough time.
I believe we might have been the next harvest, or the harvest was about to happen, so it's assumed we were likely the harvest.
Harvest. Okay. Would you mind if I took some readings off of one of you?
What's that mean?
Well, to find out exactly where this Hellview is in the mists, you'll carry a certain signature for a short amount of time after you've left a domain, and it will tell us where within the mists that domain exists. If it's all right, I'd like to just take some readings off of one of you to see if I can pinpoint the location of this domain.
Would you say reading? Corvin walks over to him. His hands are kind of up, as if he's kind of just instinctually holds his hands up when he walks towards somebody. What exactly do you need me to do?
Oh, I just need you to wear it's like a hat. Take a few minutes.
I love hats. I look to Morgan and Mora. Any objections?
I think you look nice with a hat.
Excellent. Please sit. And he motions toward a chair nearby.
I
Still at the table. He stands up, and from a nearby cabinet, he produces a large wooden box that's been fixed together with bits of metal. You can see what look like glass bulbs kind of poking up out of it. You can see what look like loose numbers just kind of falling around on one side of the box. And from this box, you can see many wires leading to like a leather cap. He sets the box down on the table, and he begins fitting the leather cap over your head, and he cinches it up beneath your chin. That's not too tight, is it? Is that comfortable?
No, it is perfect.
Okay. Good. You're going to feel some tingling. Okay, it's nothing to be worried about. And you hear Arthur say, "I love this bit. Watch this." And the doctor, he flips a switch on the side of the box, and the box begins to hum to life. You can see blue sparks begin to emit within these glass bulbs as they begin popping. And these glass bulbs begin popping. They make this popping noise, and they begin lighting up. Those numbers on the side of the box, they begin flipping frantically. The hair on your arms, Corvin, begins to stand on end. Mora and Morgan, you also see the hair on Corvin's head begin to lift into the air. And Arthur goes, "Oh, it's happening. Look at him. He looks so silly, isn't it?" And the doctor begins jotting down some notes in the book as the numbers begin to, they stop flapping, and they begin to fall into place and become stationary. And as soon as he's finished writing down these sequences of numbers, he flips the switch back. The tingling stops. Your hair falls back down, and the doctor gently takes the cap off your head. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Please, continue to help yourself to food and drink.
You see, Corvin kind of just shakes it out, as if he feels like his whole body has been tingling, as if he mostly out of excitement. Not, I don't. You didn't describe if it was painful or anything, but Corvin just felt like he was he was a thrill seeker, and he thought it was going to hurt, but he was still like tingling as if it was going to.
Now, back to this Dark Lord. What was his name? Did you get a name?
Bitter.
Yes, that is what he called himself. Is bitter.
Bitter.
He actually was the shopkeep at the tavern, and then the mayor. They had a mayor who wasn't the Dark Lord, but the Dark Lord was actually the barkeep.
Yes, this Dark Lord, or at least Bitter, if we are calling Bitter the Dark Lord, claimed that he was trapped there, and that is why we decided to rush out. If we did not rush out within the hour, he said. I don't know why we listened to him, but we did, so hopefully it was a good plan. He said if we did not get out in the hour, we would be trapped like he was. So this individual seemed to claim that he was trapped there, and we were going to need to start from zero if we didn't get out, suggesting we might have needed to become him and harvest people for their blood or lives.
Interesting. And you said there were bodies in a lake? I don't suppose you were able to count the bodies.
No, we heard about that hearsay from another companion we had, an avian sort, and he is no longer with us. The Dark Lord made quick work of him.
Yes, it wasn't enough to make a pile that stuck out of the lake, but we don't exactly know the depth of the lake, so it's hard to get an estimate.
I'm deeply sorry for your loss. I'm sorry. Introductions. You've met Alan and Arthur. My name is Dr. Van Richten. I'm going to be as honest with you as possible. We're stuck here. We are prisoners within the mists. I have been looking most of my life for a way out, and I have not found one. So, instead of trying to escape, which seems to have been a futile effort, I have been trying to make these domains a better place for its inhabitants, and we've succeeded greatly at horrible personal cost. We have succeeded greatly. But for every domain we know about, there could be 1,000 more that we don't. This one that you've described, Hellview, it's not anywhere in any of my previous reports. It does sound like a rather minor domain, which means you're all incredibly lucky, as you might not have survived otherwise. And we're glad to have you. If you'd like to stay here at my mansion, you'll have access to anything that I have. What's mine is yours. The price is your help. Alan and Arthur are who I believe to be the two last Mistwalkers. There was over a dozen of us at one point, but the others continue to not report in from their current missions, which means they have either run into a spot of bother or they have failed. And in one case, it just meant that a domain was operating on a different time scale than ours. They were gone for 5 years our time, but they had reported that they had only been gone for about 2 weeks. Because there's no way for me to confirm, I have to assume the worst. So, I'll put it to you. Stay here and help us, and as soon as we have a way out of the mists, I can save you from these mists. Or you can try your luck elsewhere. I can promise you there's not much luck to be found.
I don't really see a downside. Do you guys have a problem helping the good doctor?
I mentioned earlier that I'm not a hard sell, and this food is amazing, and we might actually get out of here. No, absolutely, yes.
Yes,
My blade is
really,
yours.
Yes, you haven't really, I guess, adequately explained what is the downside of not joining you. It seems like you are our only hope, so of course.
Well, far be it from me to force your only hope upon you. Arthur and Alan are here of their own accord. At any time they could pack up, leave, perhaps find another domain to call home. This one is incredibly small. We have we do have a large farm out behind the house, and it's able to provide us with most anything that we need. There are other domains that currently live in peace, but they're under constant threat. Dark Lords pop up rather frequently. They're most dangerous when no one expects them and when people aren't aware of them. You've saved one domain from its Dark Lord, and if what you say is true, then hopefully no one else will fall victim to it. I would need to know much more about this Hellview to give you any kind of definite. The domains that we've helped in the past, we do keep in contact with. Just in case anything else pops up. But
Well, if you
I
were to
do think I'm your best chance.
Yes, if you were to be believed what you say, I mean, you said we were lucky for being a part of that last of Hellview. So if that was the domain that we were lucky to get, I mean, what is this, heaven? I don't see much choice.
No, I don't believe this domain is heaven. I do believe that this domain is much like all the others. For as long as I've lived here, I think I've more or less justified my decisions and my actions, thinking that what we do here is good. And somehow that makes it better. But out of the dozens of Mistwalkers that have come through here, you see before you two surviving. I might want to do what's right, but I do think that I may be a Dark Lord of this domain. One that does not wish to do you any harm, but one that has brought great harm upon others simply by recruiting them into my mission.
I mean,
Which
the
is
end
why I
always
give you a
justifies the
choice.
means, so it doesn't seem like much of a choice to me. But Morgan, do you have any objections?
Yeah. I think it's our best bet if we're trying to get out of here alive,
Excellent.
or at least stay alive.
Well, then welcome. Welcome to the Mistwalkers. We'll have you rooms made up. We'll have beds made. Everybody must pull their fair share around here. And in the morning, we can discuss next steps. I anticipate that within the week, the 3 of you, or 5 of you, or 1 of you will be called to action.
May I ask, does this domain have a name, or do you just call it the Mistwalkers?
We're just the Mistwalkers. It's not like we have a sign out front that says "Welcome to Domain 0" or "Welcome to Miami."
Well, I mean, it's one of 2, so I mean, I don't know. It's always possible.
I'll be honest with you. Most domains don't have a sign. Did Hellview have a sign?
It did. It also had the population count. It was wrong, but it was close enough.
That's. He begins taking more notes.
Well, I mean,
Very
it was wrong
interesting.
after we were there.
It was actually wrong still because there was one extra. Bitter wasn't counted as well. I don't think.
Oh, okay. I didn't even think of that. Didn't do the math.
All right. Do you have any questions before I let you all get much needed rest?
You see Corvin kind of, it isn't the biggest deal, but do you have livestock here, by chance?
Ah, you'll be in need of blood.
It doesn't have to be an everyday thing, but at least occasionally, I like to dabble.
Do you prefer human?
It doesn't have to be. It is the sweetest, but it doesn't have to be. I can survive with less.
Provided that you do not feed upon any of us directly or without our knowing, we can keep you in a steady supply of human blood.
Well,
That's a good question to ask. I'm just going to ask everyone we meet, hey, do you have blood readily available? Yes. Oh, you're actually evil. Cool.
There's a donation center right actually down the road.
Oh, it will, of course, be ours.
I don't judge.
Of course, any that we are not able to supply, you are more than welcome to take from the cows, the goats. We would ask that you leave the chickens be. They tend not to handle being fed on quite as well as the larger species.
Oh,
But-
their hollow bones break far too easily. I don't feed on chickens.
Corbin
Yeah.
is so weird.
That's our experience as well. But in the interest of solidarity and of camaraderie, I think that a few ounces here and there just to keep your strength up, your diet as rich as possible. We can spare you some.
Corbin, are you allergic to anything?
Why is that question so threateningly asked?
No, just like if you're allergic to tree nuts and I'm suddenly eating something and then I don't eat, is that gonna like...
Arthur pipes up. You'll notice I didn't bring the garlic bread to the table. Got you.
Well, I mean, I don't think you're going to. Do you eat weeds? Dandelions. They get my allergies all worked up.
Oh, well, see, that's good to know because what if you eat a cow and the cow is eating dandelions?
Ugh, hay fevers.
And then all of a sudden you've got beef with the cow. Do you see what I did there?
Alan says his first sentence since you've been here. Dandelions don't grow here.
See? All my problems have been
Alan!
resolved.
Thank you, Alan.
Yeah, you're welcome.
He said something else, you guys. I'm really excited.
Does he speak normally? Is he just kind of quiet?
Yeah, he's just a soft-spoken guy who will speak when he has something to say, or when he warms up to you guys. You don't really know. Arthur,
we'll
though,
have
you
to
know
find
that
out.
guy. That guy's up for conversation.
This whole time I want to call him Hagrid.
Hagrid.
I don't know. The DM's Arthur impression just reminds me of Hagrid. So every time mentally I'm just envisioning Hagrid here.
Hello, Harry. It's me, Hagrid. There's a little devil. You'll have more questions as the day goes by. Please feel free to ask. In the meantime, your rooms will be taken care of. Arthur, please help me. Please enjoy the rest of your meal. Relax, rest, and we'll speak more tomorrow.
Doctor, do you have any paper?
Yes, quite a bit. He points at a door on the far side of the dining room. Through there is the common study. You'll find loose paper in nearly any drawer, as well as any writing implement you could possibly ask for. Please help yourself.
I'm going to have a lot of questions. I need to write them down.
Oh, and Doctor, I do want to let you know. I don't know if this is a constant in the mist, but do you know by chance if it's common for your memories to be manipulated? Because it
Ooh.
was in Hellview.
He opens the book back up and begins writing notes. Just describe this. What do you mean your memory is being manipulated? Can you give me an example?
Well, there'll be times when you try to think back, when it's on the tip of your tongue, a particularity about the city, and you try to think of it, and it just kind of morphs between one object to the next. You're not really sure, and then it will lock in on something specific, but you're not exactly sure if that specific is the correct specific.
Interesting. No, that's not like anything I've experienced, Arthur. Alan? No, not at all. I haven't had that. I'm nearly lucid all the time, except occasionally when I'm asleep. And Alan just kind of... Very interesting. Thank you. This will require more research on my part, and I'll have to compare it to some other notes. But that is incredibly unique. All right, then. If there are no more questions for now, I'll see to your rooms.
Thanks for the spread, Governor.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And help yourselves to the kitchens whenever you'd like.
This place gets better and better.
And the doctor and Arthur head off to another part of the mansion to prepare rooms for you. Alan kind of side-eyes you guys a little bit before awkwardly wheeling himself away. Just to go be awkward somewhere else. And
right.
We're going to end it there for tonight. Good job, guys.
Cool. Yeah,
Very
it was awesome.
nice.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for being here, Leaf and others. We will... I don't know when we're going to play Ravenloft again. Maybe it's next week and maybe it's not. But please join us again next time for either fighting dragons or being spooky. Have a good night.